Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Okay, those who are viewing this channel for the first time, you can go back to this playlist of limits and watch the previous video so as to get better understanding on the upcoming topics. Okay, now in this lecture we'll be doing methods to remove indeterminacy, and in that we'll be doing use of standard limits. Okay, in the previous lectures we have already covered a use of standard limits in which we covered only the trigonometric limits. Okay, so there are various standard limits defined apart from the trigonometric limits that will be covering in this video lecture. Okay, so starting from some standard results, we'll write down some of the standard results in this. First one is limit x tending to 0, 1 plus x raised to power 1 by x, 1 plus x raised to power 1 by x, it is equal to e. Okay, second one, limit x tending to 0, 1 plus ax raised to power 1 by x, 1 plus ax raised to power 1 by x is equal to e raised to power a. Next one, limit x tending to limit x tending to infinity, 1 plus 1 by x raised to power x. So if you look at it carefully, it is nothing but similar to that of the first one. Okay, so its value is also equal to e. Next, limit x tending to infinity, 1 plus a by x whole raised to power x. So this one will be similar to that of the second one, so its result will be e raised to power a. Next one, limit x tending to 0, ln of 1 plus of x divided by x. We get this equal to as 1. Next, limit x tending to 0, e raised to power x minus 1 by x is also equal to 1. Next one, limit x tending to 0, a raised to power x minus 1 by x. Okay, this comes out as equal to ln of a, where a must be greater than 0. Okay, next one, limit x tending to 0, x raised to power n minus a raised to power n whole divided by x minus a. This value comes out to be as n into a raised to power n minus 1. Okay, so most of these limits, they can be these results can be derived by using LH rule in those which are forming 0 by 0 or infinite by infinite indeterminate forms. Okay, those which are forming 1 raised to power infinity form, what do we do is, when we'll learn how to solve that 1 raised to power infinity form particularly, we'll be deriving these. Okay, until then just try to remember these standard results. Okay, these are the direct results that you have to remember. Now moving on from here, okay, what if in place of x, like we did in trigonometric limits type 2, okay, these will be now type 2. And in type 2 what we have is, first one, now let's say in place of I'll write here, if x tending to a, fx is tending to 0. If x is tending to a, fx is tending to 0, then limit x tending to 0, e raised to power f of x minus 1, e raised to power f of x minus 1 by f of x. Okay, now it gets converted to what form? Just if you look at the sixth form here, e raised to power x minus 1 upon x. Okay, now in place of x it is fx, and for x tending to a, your fx is tending to 0. So limit x tending to a, e raised to power fx minus 1 upon fx. This will also be 1. Next one, limit x tending to a, ln of 1 plus fx whole by fx. Now this will be what, similar to your 7th form in the type 1, and this will also be equal to 1. Okay, same case, third one, limit x tending to a raised to in place of a, let's have say b raised to power fx. What we are having is b raised to power fx minus 1 by fx. This will be equal to what? ln of b. Okay, next one is limit x tending to a, 1 plus f of x whole raised to power 1 by f of x. 1 by f of x. So if you look at it carefully, it is of the form first one, so it will come out as equal to e. Okay, so in place of x, if fx is there and for x tending to a, fx is tending to infinity, you can again reapply these limits in this form. Okay, so now let's have a look at some of the questions based on these. Okay, so moving on to the questions, the first question here we have is the basic one. What you have to evaluate is evaluate limit x tending to 0 e raised to power 3x minus 1 by x. Okay, now if we observe this expression carefully, what we have here is we have e raised to power fx. Okay, now when x is tending to 0, your 3x is also tending to 0. So what we have to make it? We have to make it in the form of limit x tending to a e raised to power fx minus 1 by fx. So to convert it into this form, what we can do is we have to multiply the given limit. Our given limit was limit x tending to 0, and for x tending to 0 your 3x was tending to 0, so you can consider 3x as your fx. So we have e raised to power 3x minus 1 by x. Now in denominator what we want is we want fx. Fx is what? 3x. So we'll multiply and divide the whole expression by 3. Now if you observe this expression carefully, if you observe the first part of the expression carefully, this has now converted to your standard limit. Limit x tending to 0 or x tending to a e raised to power fx minus 1 upon fx. So when x is tending to a, your fx is tending to 0. So this value will directly be equal to 1. So what will be the final result of this? What do you get? The required limit will be equal to 1 into 3. That will be 3. Okay. So moving on to the next one. What we have is ln of 5 plus x. Same, what you have to do is you have to evaluate limit x tending to 0, limit x tending to 0 ln of 5 plus x minus ln of 5 minus x, ln of 5 minus x whole divided by x, whole divided by x. We have to evaluate this. Okay, so let's start. So from the standard limits, what we want is we want ln of 1 plus x. So we'll try to convert it into ln of 1 plus x or ln of 1 plus fx. So what we have is limit x tending to 0. In the first one, what we have is ln of 5 plus x. What we can do is we can take 5 common inside, and what we'll get is 1 plus x by 5. And similarly, what we can do is we can take ln 5 common here also. What we'll get? Ln of 5 minus, 5 if we take common, 1 minus x by 5. Okay, 5 we are having common here. And what we get? 1 minus x by 5. Right. And whole divided by x. Now if you observe this carefully, what we have here is ln of m into n, and what we can do, we can write ln of m into n as ln of m plus ln of n. So this expression will get converted to limit x tending to 0 ln of 5 plus ln of 1 plus x by 5. And similarly, this will be converted to minus ln of 5 minus ln of 1 minus x by 5. Okay, this will be converted to minus ln 5 minus ln of 1 minus x by 5 and whole divided by this whole expression is divided by x. Okay, so this ln 5 and this ln 5 are getting cancelled out. Okay, now what we need is, we want this to be converted to ln f1 plus fx. So when x is tending to 0, x by 5 is tending to 0, x by 5 is tending to 0. So this, what we can do is, what we can write is, I can write this as 1 ln of 1 plus x by 5. Now to get x by 5 below, what we'll do is, we'll divide this by x by 5 and we can multiply also this by x by 5. This is the first term in your numerator. I have multiplied and divided it by x by 5 minus ln of 1 minus x by 5. So I can write this as 1 plus minus x by 5, right? And again I'll divide this also by minus x by 5 and multiply this by minus x by 5. Is it clear? And whole divided by x. So now if you observe these carefully, first term here, this will be converted to standard limit and this value will be equal to 1. This will also be converted to standard limit and its value will be equal to 1. So finally what we can do is, we can rewrite the expression as limit x tending to 0, x by 5 minus and minus of x by 5, we'll get x by 5 and whole divided by x. So what we are getting is limit x tending to 0 to x by 5, and in denominator we were having x. Now x is tending to 0, not exactly 0, so this and x and this x can also be cancelled out. So final answer for this limit that we'll get is 2 by 5. Okay, so moving on to the next. Okay, now moving on to the next question. Next question what we have is, we have evaluate basic one, evaluate limit x tending to 0, x raised to power 5 by 3 minus a raised to power 5 by 3 whole divided by x minus a. Okay, we have to evaluate this limit. Okay, now this is of the form what? This is of the form limit x tending to 0, x raised to power n minus a raised to power n divided by x minus a. Yes or no? So what is the value of this? This is n a n minus 1. So directly what we can do is, we can write this limit as, the given limit will be equal to n will be 5 by 3, a is a here only, and lastly power 5 by 3 minus 1, what do we get is 2 by 3. So this will be the answer for this given limit. Okay, moving on to the next one. Next question what we have is, evaluate limit x tending to 0 plus, limit x tending to 0 plus under root of x into 10x whole divided by e raised to power x minus 1, e raised to power x minus 1 whole raised to power 3 by. Okay, so this is what we are having here. So let's try to make it into some solvable form. So what we can do is, we can write this as limit x tending to 0 plus under root of x into, for 10x what should we do to convert it into standard form? For 10x what will we do is, we'll multiply and divide this by x. So we have done this in numerator, and now let's move to denominator. For denominator what we have is e raised to power x minus 1, and the limit, standard limit is defined for e raised to power x minus 1 by x. So what I have done is, I have multiplied and divided inside this bracket by x and whole raised to power 3 by 2. Yes or no? So what it gets converted to, what we can write is limit x tending to 0 plus, what we have is under root of x, right? 10x upon x, 10x upon x will be 1, and in multiplication what we are having is x whole divided by. Now if we separate this out, I can write this as e raised to power x minus 1 by x whole raised to power 3 by 2 into x raised to power 3 by 2. Okay, so if you look at this carefully, this expression is again converted to standard limit, limit extending to 0, e raised to power x minus 1 upon x. This will be now equal to 1. So finally, if we write our whole expression again, it is now limit x tending to 0 plus in numerator x into root x. What do we get? X raised to power 3 by 2, and in denominator what we have? 1 into x raised to power 3 by 2. So this x raised to power 3 by 2 and x raised to power 3 by 2 will get cancelled out. Finally, the answer that we'll get for this limit will be equal to 1. So I hope you understood this question. Okay, just if you look at the previous question, make a change here. What we had is, we had limit x tending to a, and the formula is applicable for limit x tending to a. Okay, x tending to a, x raised to power n minus a raised to power n. See, this is becoming 0 by 0, then only we apply n a n minus 1. Okay, so now let's move to the next question. Next question what we have here with us is, evaluate limit x tending to 0, limit x tending to 0, e raised to power alpha x minus e raised to power beta x whole divided by x. So we have to evaluate the value of this limit. Okay, so now what we have here with us is, what we can do is, we have to make it in the form of e raised to power alpha x minus 1. So what we'll do is, we'll add and subtract 1 from the numerator. So if we add and subtract 1 from the numerator, we can write this as e raised to power alpha x minus 1 plus 1 minus e raised to power beta x whole divided by x. Right, again if we just rewrite it once again, we can write it as e raised to power alpha x minus 1, and from both these, if we take minus common, and we can write e raised to power beta x minus 1 whole divided by x. So now in numerator what we'll do is, we'll try to make it in the form of standard limit. So for that, what we have to do is, for the first term we have e raised to power alpha x minus 1. Okay, so we'll divide it by alpha x and multiply this by alpha x. And for the second term what we have is e raised to power beta x minus 1. So we'll divide it by beta x and multiply this by beta x. Okay, and the denominator will keep it as it is, that is x. So if you look at this, the first one here, this has converted to what? Limit x tending to a, e raised to power fx minus 1 upon fx, where your fx is tending to 0 when x is tending to 0. When x is tending to 0, alpha x is tending to 0, and beta x is also tending to 0. So this will become equal to 1. Again, this will also become equal to 1. So from here, what we can do is, we can write this again as limit x tending to 0, 1 into alpha x, that will be alpha x, minus 1 into beta x, that will be beta x, and whole divided by x. So again, if you take x common in numerator, x and x will get cancelled out from both denominator and numerator, and your final answer that you'll get from here is alpha minus beta. Okay, so this will be the value of your required limit. Okay, so moving on to the next question. This will be alpha minus beta, you can write it, this will be equal to alpha minus beta. Okay, moving on to the next question. Next question what we have here with us is, evaluate limit x tending to 0, limit x tending to 0, 2 raised to power x minus 1 whole divided by ln of 1 plus x. Okay, we have this question with us. Okay, now again this is based on your standard limit, so we'll try to solve it. Okay, first see the form. What form it is? It is 0 by 0 form. So I told you can apply LH rule also in the previous lecture. Those who have not seen the previous lecture, they can go and watch the previous lecture in which we had LH rule, which directly gives us the value of 0 by 0 and infinite by infinite form. Okay, so we'll do by this both the methods. So method 1, the LH rule. Okay, so if we apply LH rule, first of all, this is 0 by 0 form, right? So okay, on applying LH rule, what we get here is, we can write it as limit x tending to 0. Okay, so applying the LH rule here, what we can do is, we can write this as limit x tending to 0, differentiation of numerator, that will be what? Differentiation of a raised to power x will be a raised to power x into ln of a, minus 0 whole divided by differentiation of ln of 1 plus x. What we can do is we can write this as 1 by 1 plus of x. So now if we substitute the value of limit, what do we get? We'll get 2 raised to power 0 into ln of 2 by 1 by 1 plus 0. So it is a determinate form. So what do we get? We'll get the answer as ln 2. Okay, now if you want to try with the other method, that is by use of standard limits. So by use of standard limits, if we try to solve this, what we can do is we can write this as limit x tending to 0. In numerator what we had was 2 raised to power x minus 1. So if we divide and multiply this by x, the numerator, if we divide and multiply with x and keep denominator as it is, we'll keep it as ln of 1 plus x. So what we are getting here is, from here what do we get? लेकिन यार गड़बड़ हो जाएगी यार ये. Alright, so what we have here is, now if you look at the denominator, this term has now converted to what? Your limit x tending to 0, a raised to power x minus 1 by x. Okay, so this value will directly be equal to 1. And if you look at this, ln of 1 plus x by x, this will again be. Alright, so what we get from here is limit x tending to 0, a raised to power x minus 1 upon x. We get it as ln of a. So that will be what? Ln of 2. And for the second part, the limit will be 1. So this will be ln of 2 into 1. So final answer for this will be ln 2. Okay, now moving on to the next question. Next question what we have is limit x tending to 0, ln of 1 plus tan x whole divided by x. Okay, we have to evaluate this. Okay, now so what we'll do is we'll write this as limit x tending to 0. Okay, limit ln of 1 plus fx by fx, we'll try to convert it into ln of 1 plus fx by fx. Fx is tending to 0 when x is tending to 0. So what we can do is we can write this as ln of 1 plus tan x, this divided by tan x and multiplied by tan x. And x we were already having in the denominator. So what we have in denominator now is x into tan x once we have multiplied and divided by tan x. Okay, now if you observe this carefully, ln of 1 plus fx upon fx, this value will be equal to 1. Next, tan x upon x, this value will also be again equal to 1. So final answer for your limit will be what? 1 into 1, that will be 1. Okay, so now moving on to the next question. Wait, limit x tending to 0, e raised to power alpha x minus e raised to power beta x whole divided by sine of alpha x minus beta x, sine of alpha x minus sine of beta x. Again it is 0 by 0 form, so I am telling you again, you can apply the LH rule, but we'll try to solve it using the standard limits. Okay, we'll try to solve it using standard limit. So what we can do here is we can write this as limit x tending to 0. Limit x tending to 0, if we multiply and divide this by 2, so 2 I can take outside. What I am having is e raised to power alpha x minus e raised to power beta x whole divided by. Okay, instead of multiplying and dividing by 2 directly, what we can do is, if we apply sine a minus sine b here, if we apply sine a minus sine b here, what is the value that we'll get? Sine a minus sine b will be 2 cos a plus b by 2, that is alpha x plus beta x by 2, right, into sine of a minus b by 2, that will be alpha x minus beta x by 2. Yes or no? Again if we try to write it, this will be limit x tending to 0. In numerator what we had is e raised to power alpha x, so we can write this as e raised to power alpha x minus 1 minus of e raised to power beta x minus 1. Okay, what we have done is we have added and subtracted 1 in the numerator, and in denominator what we are having is we are having 2 cos of, if x you take as common, you'll get x by 2 alpha plus beta into sine of, again x by 2 is common, so you'll get alpha minus beta here. Okay, again if we try to make it into standard limits, so what do we have to do in numerator? In numerator we have to multiply and divide e raised to power alpha x minus 1 by alpha x will multiply and divided by alpha x. Same thing we'll do for e raised to power beta x, where what we do is e raised to power beta x minus 1 will multiply by beta x divide by beta x. Okay, and lastly in the denominator what we have is 2 cos x by 2 into alpha plus beta, and lastly sine of fx by fx. Now this is tending to 0. If you look at this value will be tending to 0. Since x is tending to 0, this is also tending to 0. So what we can do again here is, for this one specially I am writing sine of x by 2 into alpha minus beta. Okay, so for this what we have to do is we have to multiply it by x by 2 into alpha minus beta and divide it by x by 2 into alpha minus beta. So now if you observe this, in the numerator this has become what? This has become alpha. Okay, this will be 1 in numerator, this will be 1, this will be 1, this will be 1, and in denominator the value of this will be now 1 by use of standard limits. So what our limit has converted to, finally what we can do is we can write this as limit x tending to 0 alpha x minus beta x whole divided by 2 cos of x by 2 alpha plus beta, okay, into x by 2 alpha minus beta. Okay, now in numerator if we take x common, what we can do is we can write this as alpha minus beta whole into x. Okay, in denominator what we are having is alpha minus beta whole into x. So this alpha minus beta, this x, this alpha minus beta, this x will get cancelled out. This 2 and this 2 will also get cancelled out. Finally substituting the value of limit, what we have is we have 1 upon cos of 0, and cos of 0 is 1. So this value will be finally coming out equal to 1. Okay, so there are many more questions based on this. You can try it by yourself. Okay, from various books. Okay, the main thing you should remember is the application of standard limits. If it is forming e raised to power fx minus 1 in denominator, there should be fx and not x. Second thing, for e raised to power fx minus 1 or ln 1 plus fx or sine of fx by fx, what we have to check is that for x tending to a, fx must be tending to 0. Okay, whatever the condition is given to us already, they must be followed, otherwise you can't directly use the results. Okay, so that's for this lecture. I hope you are doing well, staying at home, staying safe. Okay, and please don't waste your time. This is a very crucial time for you students. Other students who are not you are not able to take up your classroom coaching or whatever reason are there, if you are not able to take classes, so this is a far better platform where you can utilize your time in a proper manner. Okay, so try and do as many as varieties of questions as possible. Okay, so I hope you are doing well and you are enjoying my content, and if you are doing so, please like, share and subscribe it. Okay, thank you very much guys.